Okay, here we are back in it. This is going to be another Stormgate cast, and I'm Algorithmore, and this is going to be vbergaaa in the blue Vanguard. And his opponent, you know him, you love him. He is the Architect. He is my buddy Dutchy. He's in the red Infernal. Got a Conclave on the low ground. That's his opening of choice this game, and there is already a scout in his base. The scout does not see any expansion. He's going on a wide berth to try and see, are there any hidden buildings? And we don't see any. Instead gets here again. Look at this scouting. Very nice scouting from vbergaaa, although I don't like him running through the imp line there. That is dangerous. But good scouting to see, are there any hidden tech? And we have Dutchy out here, it looks like eating cabbages. Out on the map, just eating the cabbages. Saying, hey, do you want a cabbage, dog? Well, you can't have it. Oh, you want that one? Eat it. I ate it. Ate it from the high ground. You didn't even see it. And yeah, that's just trying to deny the dog. If the dog was trying to be annoying and maybe harass the imps and so on and take some damage and tries to go out and get one of those cabbages and run back, well, now those cabbages have already been eaten. So too bad, you're not going to find the cabbages. Now we got high ground creeping from Dutchy. Going for those Shadow Mastiffs. And the dog trying to get in here. But yeah, no, you don't want to do that. Oh, well, he did get a last hit, but now he's got all these Shadow Mastiffs on him. I mean, maybe you do, because what it does do is it denies the creeping from Dutchy. And yeah, Dutchy's had to move away. He's like, fine, I'm not going to deal with that. He puts down his second shrine. We're still on a single Rax, and it's Lancers coming out. We got a one Lancer over here. So we might get a Lancer push here from vbergaaa. And yeah, Dutchy's decided to change to just going for the health camp here. And doing an alright job. Trying to micro that guy away? No. Unfortunately losing a Fiend. These camps are a little bit harder to creep at the early game. Another Fiend's probably going to go down there. Nope. Good DPS gets it just in time. And those Fiends will probably heal up shortly. Staying on one Conclave here. No Ritual Chamber yet added. And the Lancers are just about to finish their health camp. And then we're going to see, well, let's see what they're going to do. I imagine they're going to move towards the base because this looks like it's a push army. This is a fairly common early 5 Lancer push kind of build. We don't see any... Oh, wait. We might be seeing an Expo now. And one thing I don't see that maybe indicates we're not going to get the push is there's no Biokinetics lab for Kinetic Redirect. If you are going to push with the Lancers, often you're going to do it with Kinetic Redirect. And you would need to probably get that started by now if you want to have it done in time for usually the 4-minute threshold is when that push is going to show up. Maybe a little earlier than that if you can be speedy about it. The Skull getting on top of a Lancer, also getting some scout. But I think the Skull was able to get to the high ground here and see that there is indeed a command post going down, but it is late. And it is already a Wraithstone. No, it's in progress. Wraithstone on the way. So, ooh, we do get the promotes going down. So, this does look like we're going for the push, but without the Kinetic Redirect, that is oh, that's a Habitat too. This is not, and there's already a Magmadon out, so these Lancers are trying to get in. They're being a little greedy here getting in, and wow, nice trample there. Yeah, they are being a bit greedy, and they decide, okay, we are... Oh, I thought they were going to run away. No, they are going to try and get in here and try and get on top of that mag. But, yeah, there's just not a path in, and if they do want to get in there, they have to fight through that Wraithstone. A lot of them took damage already, but they are going to go soak up in the healing juices of the healing camp. And at least for the moment, Dutchy has defended those Lancers. So I did mention they arrive at around the 4-minute mark, and they did. But they were not quite as strong as you might see in that push because they did not have the Kinetic Redirect. Do they have it yet? No. And that's because vbergaaa opted to go for the second base instead of going for a Biokinetics lab and get the tech. And, you know, don't blame him. That makes that push just a little bit less all in. It means he does have more answers after the fact. And of course, wisely he did not overcommit his Lancers, and he kept them alive. So there's no loss there. Instead, using those Lancers to be out on the map and get some map control, get some of these camps. And we do see Duchy being very active. This is something we've seen in a number of his games. He's got those skulls out there trying to capture towers, and why not? It's even cheaper than a Fiend. You just use some energy and there you go. Especially if your units are just camped out here at home in a defensive position, send those skulls out. The Lancers are, again, using their map control to take more camps. And indeed, we see here on the Biokinetics lab, it is a quick draw hustle going down first. We don't have any kinetic redirect yet. So interesting. We do see a drop coming in from Duchy, and immediately on top of these Bobs. And those Bobs turn to fight, but some of them turn for healing hugs. A few of them being killed and turned into Fiends. But yeah, as the army arrives, the drop gets picked up and heads out. Leaves the Fiends behind. Say, Fiends, you're on your own. Not enough room. Actually, a couple Fiends did get picked up, so that's interesting. And the Lancers here, trying to be in a defensive position against the drop, although the drop can rotate around and get back up into the main, and that looks like what it's going to try and do. But these units, they've seen this before. They know, hey, you're coming to get to the main. Don't worry, I'll chase you off there too. And sure enough, they do. These units trying to take the speed camp. So vbergaaa doing a good job of splitting his units up so that they're in different places at once, but unfortunately that leaves some things unprotected. And what is unprotected is this Rax that is not even finished being built. So yeah, this is at most a signal to vbergaaa, hey, you didn't finish building this Rax. And so now these Bobs come and they say, okay, we will finish building the Rax. We'll even repair the damage that was done. And then we will just stand around. No, then we will chop trees. It's like a third base might be going down. So vbergaaa is trying to stay on top of the economy this game. While there is already a third base going down and a Wraithstone. So I really like the defensive commitment here from Duchy to create these Wraithstones, which do not do quite as much DPS to a single target as, say, the Shroudstone. But they just create that slow barrier, which makes it really hard to push into this. Makes you really want to not overcommit into it and lose all your army. And now we see mines going down at the front of the base. Well, there is a sentry drone now. Boom. I was just going to check. Is this a detector? Sure enough, it is. It will see these mines. And that means these units should be able to clear them out as long as he uses his range units and not the Lancers. But where are they going? They're going to march around the back? They seem like they're trying to be aggressive. But nope, they were just... Oh, sorry, there's a drop going on here. Maybe that's why. So they are returning home to try and clean up the drop. But Duchy's done a good job of finding a vulnerable position for him to strike into. Taking out some Bobs and then just heading out somewhere where he cannot be hit without building some Hornets or something else. There is a hangar bay and there is a Hornet on the way, so. And these units are going to the health camp, it looks like. And the dropship, what's it going to do? See a nice scout farm there. So that's just to see the ship, the dropship, before it gets in on the workers. And now the dropship is again rotating around. What do we see here? Oh, it's a skull. I thought it might be a second dropship, but no, it's just a skull. And yeah, I guess that dropship's looking for a vulnerable position. But now we see a Hornet on top of it. And is it going to teleport out? It does indeed teleport home. That sentry drone is still there. Sensor drone, not sentry drone. Thought I might have been saying that wrong. And wow, okay, so Those Shadow Mastiffs did get a pretty good attack on some of those Exos, but the Exos do stay alive. And now we've got lightning legs on all of these units, so they can act extra speedy. And we're basically recapping these camps, but also looks like being a little bit aggressive from vbergaaa. So we'll see if he pushes out with this or if he is just trying to recapture some of these camps. Takes that camp out, and it looks like he is still moving forward. And what kind of army do we have here? It looks like a pretty nice army, but it's being loaded up into dropships from Duchy. And these units actually, I thought being aggressive, but no, they're just going to take this health camp. While these dropships look like loaded up with Magmadons. Maybe Weavers, but yeah, Mags. And that's great for dropping on top of a Bio Ball. You don't have to march your Mags on top of them, you just drop them. And oh, come on, you saw these. Oh my goodness, huge mine explosions. A couple of those Lancers going down. Oh, more Lancers going down. Oh, wow. I don't really like that, just attacking into the... Even more mines going down. So many units taking that damage and eventually having to just retreat. Wow. So many Shroud Stones there, too. Not great for vbergaaa, but really good defensive matrix setup for Duchy. And now he's going to move in here and try and engage them. Those Hexen very bravely marching in first. This is not a huge army until those Mags gets dropped down and huge seismic slams with, oh my goodness, the huge stuns from the Mags as well as the Miasma. So many units, and that's a GG from vbergaaa.